What's going on, guys? It's your boy HQ420 here, and I want to welcome everybody back to another rendition of Twitter Tuesday. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. If it's your first time to the channel, do not hesitate. Hit that subscribe button. You will not regret it. We're still we're still doing a J&J because J&J needs some love. It ain't getting no love from nobody. J&J needs some love, but at the same time, we are giving a shout out to the other two of the Holy Trinity, and we're doing multiple doses within one episode. So that's how we're getting down right now. But J&J needs a little love, okay? So everybody, we're gonna spread the love across multiple multiple cleansers, the Holy Trinity per se, regime approved Trinity. But right here, the first thing that we want to talk about, Southwest Airlines. Okay, over the weekend, they had a few cancellations. About 1,800 to be exact. Now, today, Monday, when I'm actually recording this, I think they've had a few hundred more. So they still ain't back to 100%. They ain't back up to snuff. Now, of course, Southwest Airlines, they put out a little PSA, a little public service announcement, because you know that's what we need. People need to be informed, and we had all these flights that were canceled. People had to wait in airlines for multiple days, trying to get a flight out to where they were trying to go. But right here, Southwest Airlines, they put it out. Air traffic control issues and disruptive weather has resulted in a high volume of cancellations throughout the weekend while we work to recover our operation. Now, okay. Now, somebody put a little map out of said weather. Inclement weather. Now, for some reason, said inclement weather didn't quite affect the other airlines the same as it did this one. Now, this comes on the heels of Southwest Airlines coming out and saying that they were going to push said cleansing process as a mandate for their workers. And right on the heels of that, you know, the workers union, they came out and said, you know, well, they ain't doing a sick out, because if I'm correct from what I'm seeing, they couldn't publicly come out and say that because it would be against union rules or something like that. If I'm correct, let me know in the comment section if I'm not, but I believe that's what they were saying. But they were just saying, you know, we just all happened to be sick, you know what I'm saying, or not being able to make it. But Southwest Airlines, they put out there that, hey, but it was the weather. It might have been a little bit of that global warming, climate change, as we like to say, that tripped them up. But the climate change didn't quite trip up all the other airlines the same way it tripped up Southwest Airlines, okay? And as we can see right here from the map at the time, we got we got this greenery right here. We got a little bit out here, a little bit right here. Now, of course, we had some people over in the comment sections like, oh, well, the Texas State Fair was closed and all this good jazz. But I'm like, why didn't it affect the rest of the airlines like it did this particular one? All right, so they got to make sure that they put the narrative out here about the high volume of cancellations due to disruptive weather. They had to make sure that regime-approved narrative was put out there amongst the masses, and maybe not something like, you know, maybe the workers like, hey, the hell with you and yours, all right? You want to play games? That ain't no problem. There won't be nobody flying around this joint. That's all I know. So, hey, we can't say 100%, not 100%, that that this was a so-called sick out. But I think we all know what the deal is here. I mean, let's get serious. I ain't seen no other airlines issue anything about, hey, we had 1,800 of our flights canceled. They won't none of the other ones saying nothing like that. That would have been a headline across the board. All flights are have been down due to inclement weather. Folks stranded all over the country. You figured that would be that would be something that would be on every news outlet, but we ain't see that. We ain't see that at all. But hey, Southwest Airlines, they got a good PR person. Just say, hey man, we're going to have to come with something. We'll have to come up with something, a good narrative for everybody to latch on to. But us out here who are privy to the way they operate, to their lies, we know what the deal is. We won't fooled. So this is the first thing on that Twitter Tuesday. I want to know your thoughts on this. And so we're going to move over into the next thing that we want to look at on this Twitter Tuesday. All right, so the second thing we want to look at right here is, of course, Lord Fauci. You know, he's always got something good to tell the masses, tell the multitude, tell the cult. And he wants to make sure that he keeps a level of fear high amongst the people who are cleansed. There's no doubt about it. He is not giving you any good news, ever, okay? Because his good news is followed shortly by some bad news, whether you're cleansed or not. So this right here is a young lady up here. Now, this is CNN once again. Faction approved, okay? This is a faction approved media company. Now, she's up here and she asked Dr. Fauci, say, hey, when can the cleansed shed the sacred cloth indoors? When can they shed said sacred cloth? Throw it away, not to ever see it again. And of course, Dr. Fauci, in true Dr. Fauci fashion, comes with a statement that gives nobody no hope and gives nobody no timetable. So let's let this clip roll out.
How long do you think it will be until it's safe for vaccinated people to once again be indoors without a mask?
You know, it's always tough to predict that. I think if we continue to go down in the cases that we're seeing right now and more people get vaccinated, as the dynamics of the outbreak, namely the amount of virus circulating in the community, goes down, I hope we'll be able to pull back on some of those restrictions to get closer.
Did you hear what he just said? Man, I really don't know. I really got no clue. Man, when the cases go down, you know, when we get the virus to a lower level, what level is that, Fauci? You won't never tell me what the level is. How many cases? How many people is it acceptable to die per year? We want to know the number, but he can't never seem to tell. Oh, once it gets lower, it gets lower. Well, it could always be lower, the amount of transmission. Then we could think about maybe, potentially, pulling back on restrictions. Once again, giving you nothing. Alright? I hate to tell folks, but the folks that's still walking around donning the sacred cloth, oh, they cleansed. Okay? Us uncleansed folks have let go of the rope. Been let go. You're like, dog, we ain't worried about it. All the cleansed folks are still worried. So you mean to tell me that that you got your shot, you got both your doses? Hell, you probably got a third dose, you probably got an unauthorized fourth dose as well, just for good measures. And yet your soul is still in peril. You still are not saved. That's what you're telling me. So, man, I ain't sure if I'm fully baptized. I may need to go get me another dose. I'm uncertain. I'll still don the sacred cloth because I love my fellow man. And I'm scared to death. There's no doubt about it. Now, on top of Fauci not knowing anything about when folks who are cleansed can ditch the sacred cloth, he said something else up here. And I talked about this on the recent episode of Inside the Cube, but I want to make sure that other people who maybe have not listened to that yet gets a taste of what he said up here. Now, he said, if you look at the people who have died from the disease that should not be named, overwhelmingly 90% of them are cleansed. Now, hold on a second. Don't y'all remember the CDC and Fauci and everybody else saying 99% of the people who were dying or being hospitalized is uncleansed? Let me tell you something right now. For that to get down to 90%, now they were dragging the numbers all the way back from January. If I'm correct, that's when they were pulling their numbers from. Of course, there weren't a whole lot of people fully cleansed until I probably say mid to end March, where you could say they were fully inoculated. And according to the CDC, full inoculation is 2 weeks after your second dose of an mRNA or 2 weeks after the J&J. Now, I don't know if they've implemented boosters on that schedule yet or not. I don't believe they have. But 90%. So that how many folks who were cleansed have died over the past, let's say, 2-3 months for that thing to drop all the way down to 90%? Dog, if they were dragging it all the way, their numbers all the way back from January, pulling them back from January till now, boy, I mean, that makes you open your eyeballs. That's all your boy's saying. That makes your eyeballs get wide. You're like, what are you not telling us, Dr. Fauci? We would like to know. Inquiring minds like to know. We like info. We like info, so we want you to share the info. What does the data look like over the past couple months? That's what we want to know. Is the efficacy waning? That's what we want to know, Dr. Fauci. And in true Dr. Fauci fashion, he's sitting here and he's telling you, he said, hey, I got no clue when you can get rid of the sacred cloth. It might be with you forever. You might have to don this thing until morale improves. And trust me, I don't know when that'll be. We might never get back. This dude right here, and yeah, he said, oh yeah, I think it's okay to trick or treat now. I mean, dang, Bo, you should think it's okay to trick or treat. Dang, but it's the one time folk wear masks. Hot damn. And they outside usually. I mean, unless you're a college student, then you're probably at a bar somewhere getting toe up. I mean, that's probably what you're doing. But hey, once again, Fauci ain't got no answers for you, alright? He tells you, oh, when transmission's low. That don't mean nothing to me, dog. Does that mean like 1,000 cases per 100,000? Does that mean 20 cases per 100,000? 1 case per 100,000? I mean, I want to know. What do you call a low level of virus? That's what we want to know, but he won't tell us the exact number. They won't ever tell you. How many people dying per year is acceptable? We want to know the acceptable number. Where it's like, well, we're no longer concerned about it. Inquiring minds like to know. So this is the second thing on the on this Twitter Tuesday, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dive into the third topic at hand. All right, so right here on this third thing, we've got a short segment from a telecaster news place, and they were talking about some young children going to get their flu shots, but instead they got something else. So we're gonna let that footage roll out right now.
Evansville family with children 4 and 5 years old say they were accidentally given full adult doses of the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine instead of flu shots. They say it happened on October 4th at the Walgreens on St. Joseph Avenue. The family of 4 includes 2 adults and 2 young children, both too young for the Pfizer or any other COVID vaccine. Well, the family's attorney, Daniel Tooley, shared with us what he says are vaccination cards given to the family by Walgreens. They show children born in 2016 and 2017 were given a Pfizer coronavirus vaccine. The family says they left the pharmacy thinking they had gotten their flu shots, but a Walgreens employee later called them and said they had made a mistake. Tooley says the children...
Hold on a second now, okay? Now you rolling there. Here's my question. We've got incompetent people all over the place. We're not short on incompetent people. There's plenty enough to go around, all right? You don't have to walk far to find one. But if you left there and they gave you the card and the thing says Pfizer on it, but they want no flu shot. I mean, date of birth. 5 of 16. I don't know if y'all can see. I'm pretty sure y'all can see this one. 5 of 17. Oh, that mean, dang. We thought that was the flu shot, but it won't. What do you mean you thought? What, is the vials not, are they not labeled? That's all I want to know. These pharmacists get paid a whole lot of money, okay? They don't get paid $1 or $2, okay? They get paid a whole lot of money. But you can't be that wrong. Come on now. Not knowing which vial you picked up. I understand mistakes happen. We got human error, but hot damn. As of right now, you think you would have those things separated. How are you keeping the Pfizer stuff at the same temperature as the flu shot? Isn't the Pfizer stuff supposed to have some dry ice related with it? Has everybody forgotten about that? Where's all the dry ice companies at? Man, they falling by the wayside, but it looks like now you carry that thing around in a lukewarm bag, like they were doing out there in Charlotte. Man, rolling up to your crib with a book bag on his back, like, hey man, you looking a shot? I said, man, you gonna give me a lukewarm shot? I don't see why not. It's safe and effective. Help and company. But and the parents. Now, Man, we didn't realize what happened. But you got the cards. Did you get these cards after the shots? If you did you not look at them and read them? Let your boy know. My goodness, man. Let me rewind a little bit back so we can finish what she had to say.
The pharmacy thinking they had gotten their flu shots, but a Walgreens employee later called them and said they had made a mistake. Tooley says the children have been taken to a pediatric cardiologist, and the family was told both are showing signs of heart issues. We've reached out to Walgreens several times, but have not yet heard back.
And of course, Walgreens ain't gonna talk to you, man. They don't care. Look, but I seen something else the other day where, the booster shots are supposed to be for the older people right now. But they said that they seen youngsters in there getting the boost. Man, what's up with the young folk? Man, they like, man, I just need to take all the shots I can get. My God, it's devastating for us. So they in there, and the Walgreens employee's like, hey, somebody was like, hey, they getting the third dose? Are they supposed to be getting that? Like, well, we just give it to them, bump it. And these folk don't care, man. They want you to take every dose you can take. You know what I'm saying? Man, it kind of makes you wonder if somebody getting the kickback. That's all I want to know. Somebody said, whoop, whoop. Where the kickback's at? I mean, you kind of wondering if they getting the kickback. That's what I'm wondering, but dang. Come on, parents. Pay attention to what's going on. 4 and 5 year old. Dang, I didn't know that the folk were getting flu shots that young. I can't never remember me getting a flu shot. I can't. I'm just like, man, I just ain't going in there getting shots every other day. You know what I'm saying? That just ain't how I get down. But I guess and another thing. Why they still talking about the flu? Man, there won't no flu over the past year plus. We talking about the flu. Folks still got the flu on their brain. Flu gone, okay? The flu hiding under his bed covers. Alright. They still want you to take the flu shot though. But instead, these two kids, they got them a Pfizer jab with a little side of myocarditis from what it looks like. Potential myocarditis. What do you know? It's like, good God, bud. Can the parents sue Walgreens? That's all I want to know. Can they sue them? Probably not. Because ain't nobody liable, okay? Walgreens ain't liable. Government ain't liable. The jab companies ain't liable. But you got to eat all of it, okay? You got to eat the full repair on this one, all right? And the shit's ridiculous. So that's going to wrap up this week's Twitter Tuesday. I want to know your thoughts on all this in the comment section below. Man, wherever you go, man, you getting any medical procedures right now, you need to keep your head on a swivel. If you got to go get them, my goodness, but I can't suggest going to any hospital right now. Bo, you putting yourself in harm's way. That's all I know. Cause these folks out here, bud, they about brain dead. You like, man, I gotta watch every move you making. I am skeptical. Your boy is skeptical. So like I said, I want to know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode of Twitter Tuesday. Like, share, subscribe. Check out both podcasts, Inside the Cube and Day Zero, Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. If you like the Sport Channel further, there are links in the description section below as well for that. Yeah. If you like Sport Channel further. As always, being boys Q420. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.